A very good day to all of you, our viewers, both within and outside the country. It gives us great pleasure to be on your screen once again to begin to look at issues bordering on the insurance sector. And all we do on this platform is to see how to deepen your knowledge so that you come to that level where you begin to appreciate everything about insurance. And for you to appreciate insurance, then you must at least begin to reap benefits for whatever policies you have procured. This program is being brought to you by Transparent Protection Ltd by Guarantee, with very strong support from National Insurance Commission, NICOM. We'll continue to appreciate them for being a very strong backbone to this program. My name is Godswill Egede, your regular host. And like we always do when we come on this platform, we come with interesting topics. Topics that are so critical in the development of the sector. And I'm not here alone. I have someone who will be facilitating on this topic, someone who is an insurance expert and is not new to this platform. It's always a delight to have him come join us in this discussion. I'm talking about the person of Mr. Titus Abbey. You're welcome to the studio this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
So we'll be looking at micro insurance. You know, largely in this country, so many people have very limited knowledge of insurance, and I'm so sure that a lot of people will be hearing this for the first time, micro insurance. What exactly is micro insurance?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Well, I believe the essence of this platform
Yes.
is not just how do I put it now? For theoretical purposes, we're here to educate ourselves.
Certainly.
And it's not for academic purposes alone. No, so I wouldn't want to just say micro insurance is so and so and so and so. But let me just give you a brief overview of what, in my opinion, well, not just in my opinion, how micro insurance evolved. You know, in any society, we have the poor and the rich. And amidst the poor, we have the extremely poor, that the poor people call poor. And amidst the rich, we have the extremely rich, the very wealthy, that the rich, even rich people call rich. Now, when insurance started, it started by taking care of the extremely wealthy person. No provision was made even for the middle class, not to talk of the poor.
Okay.
So, but along the line, it filters down little by little till it gets to an average person in the society. But even then, insurance still didn't cater for the generality of the society. It was only able to cater for the wealthy people. So it was then that technocrats now came up with this innovation called micro insurance, so that they can cater for the people at the lower end of the pyramid in the society. And ever since, it's been traveling from one part of the world to another, and the adaptation differs from place to place, depending on the peculiarity of the need of that society. That's what I'll just say. Micro insurance.
It's an interesting overview. So it's like an extension of insurance practice to cover for those people that might see themselves as so low economically.
Yes, those who are left out.
Okay.
In the general insurance practice.
Okay. So in Nigeria now, do we have some of those micro insurance policy? Or first of all, how does it work? Now I'm sure the common man on the street will want to know. So which one is this they are talking about? How do I key into it? So can you tell us how exactly does it work?
Well, an average person on the street who really want to take advantage of micro insurance, you really don't have to know how micro insurance works before you take advantage of it. Because if you're waiting for you to know how it works before you buy into it, then you might have to wait for it. Just like if you want to know how this phone dial from one country to the other before you buy the phone, then you're
may
looking
never-
for
you may
trouble.
never
You may never buy the phone.
Okay, so
Now,
what's
but
the
let me-
advantages? Yes.
Let me answer the question all the same
Okay.
for those who might be interested in it. You see, microinsurance works exactly the same way the general insurance we are used to works. It's a pool of funds pulled together for a particular set of people against the happening of a risk. So a couple of people come together, they are administered by the insurance company. If there is one of them is involved in an accidental incident, that is accidental, then from that pool, the person will be taken out and restored back to the position he was immediately before the incident. The same thing is the same thing that is happening with micro insurance. The only difference is that the kind of money involved in micro insurance, they are very little compared to the billions that exchange hands in the conventional insurance company. So it works the same principle all from beginning to the end, just that the amount of money involved, it's something that a vulcanizer on the road can afford.
So I'm sure when you talk about the amount of money, you're talking about both the premium and the benefit that is accrued
and the assets.
Okay, thank you so very much. I'm sure our viewers are ready to go deep into this discussion. Any moment from now, I'll be asking you to give us certain examples that people can key into. But before then, I want to let our viewers know that you can join the conversation through the number that will be scrolling on the screen. You can call in to let us know your viewpoint on this subject matter. And very importantly, like we always say, no matter what we are discussing on this platform, if you have any issues with claim settlement, call us. That is one of the basic reasons why Transparent Protection Limited by Guarantee is in existence. And also, I also want to let our viewers know that on this platform, you can partner with us. You can place your adverts. We can help you promote your brand on this program, so long as it fits into what we can do. Now, let's come back again to this conversation. I'm sure very soon we'll begin to get calls. Now, what are those examples of micro insurance that you think would benefit the citizenry?
Okay. Yeah, like I said earlier, micro insurance is adopted from country to country based on the needs of the country.
Okay.
So let's narrow it down to the peculiarity in our society.
Yes.
Now, in Nigeria, micro insurance is limited to a maximum sum insured of 2 million naira.
Okay.
That is, whatever risk you are putting on the table must not exceed 2 million naira. That is part of the regulatory standard that has been set by the National Insurance Commission.
So, sorry, for clarity purpose, when you say this 2 million, is it like the premium, or I'm sure people want to understand?
Okay, it's not the premium.
Okay.
It's the risk you are bringing on the table. For example, if you are insuring your car, any car above 2 million naira is already outside of the portfolio of a micro insurance. If you want to insure your car for 500,000, 250,000, 1 million, 1.7 million naira, you can take it to micro insurance. Then micro insurance, it's just like I said, it's like a miniature of the conventional insurance that we all know. It covers both tangible and intangible things. I love giving the example of the vulcanizer on the street. Those machines of his that are bought, they bought for 250,000 naira, 500,000 naira. They can actually insure them in a micro insurance outfit. When you pay the premium, well, depending on maybe you pay the premium on an installmental basis for a one-off premium, and when there is an accidental damage to that equipment, the insurance company, the micro insurance company, will take care of it and put you back in the position you were immediately before
the incident.
The what was it called? A market woman that is selling minor things. You can take out a health insurance for herself, so that when he falls sick, the health insurance bail him out, so he wouldn't have to wait at home. And you know, and sometimes when some of these people, they make their money on a daily basis.
Yes.
So any day they are not able to come to the office like this, it's a trickle effect for them, their children, and all that. So those little things, the mechanic can insure his workshop, he can insure his liability to other road users where he works. The Okada rider can also do the same thing. So all those things that are very, very little, that could destabilize people at the bottom of the pyramid. Those are the kind of risk that the microinsurance company provides cover for. And like I said, they put them in the position they were. The insurance company are not meant to make you better off than you were before, immediately before the law. So those are some of the products that microinsurance includes life too, life insurance.
Yes.
But everything in Nigeria subject to the maximum of 2 million naira.
2 million naira. As
sum insured, not premium.
Okay, let's take it a little bit more practical. You know, you have started going practical already when you talked about the woman selling stuffs on the street. Now, she falls ill and she has procured this policy. What is it? The medical bills that will be taken care of, or probably the sales she would have made in those days that she was absent as a result of ill health?
Okay, medical insurance does not take care of your sales. It takes care of the bills. Sorry, it takes care of your hospital bills. The money you will have, the cost of the drugs, the consultation, and the likes. But in terms of the sale you're supposed to make, that is another type of insurance that caters for such things. I mean, if you, well, I'm not sure if there are micro insurance companies in Nigeria that that gives that particular kind of cover, but it's not.
It's not like it's impossible.
It's not like it's impossible. Okay. It's very much possible.
Okay, thank you so much. Some calls have been trying to come in. Probably we are having network issues, but I'm sure that you can still call and we'll take your call and then we'll hear from you. We are talking about micro insurance because the general belief is that this thing called insurance is for the rich. And so today we are trying to let you know that no matter your cadre, you can key into it. But tell us, why is it that Nigerians are not keen into this kind of insurance structure, this design, this micro-insurance? What do you think is the reason?
There are quite a number of reasons for that. You know, like I said, and you rightly said too, that insurance generally is perceived as though it's exclusively for the rich. Now, one of the challenges where micro-insurance doesn't seem to be thriving is because of poor or very low awareness by the people who are supposed to be making use of these services. And another reason is most times there is a disconnect between the insuring public, the people at that level, that lower end of the pyramid that are supposed to be using the services, as well as the providers of those covers. That's the micro-insurance company themselves. The other reason is the sustainability of the micro-insurance scheme itself. Because if you look at micro-insurance very well, the capacity of the person, the people that are supposed to be enjoying the facilities, most times they're very low. They are unlike when we are talking of the general insurance, where a single company, a single organization can pay billions. You know, a single individual can afford to pay 200,000 naira to insure his car. Some even pay as much as 5 million naira to insure, you know, just one car. You know, in the case of microinsurance, it's not like that. And from experience, I discovered that as a practitioner, there isn't so much difference when you're targeting an account, maybe someone that uses a car of 5 million and someone that is using a car of 100 million. Or let's not even make it to someone that's using a car of, say, 30 million. The amount of energy you use to engage someone using the car of 30 million is about the same, if not more, that you use to engage the person using a car of 5 million. And at the end of the day, what you get from the person using 30 million car is not the same thing as what you get from the person using 5 million car. And if it's like that in that level, and if you now come down to people using cars of 250,000, 1.5 million naira, the amount of energy you use is about the same thing. So the sustainability of the of the scheme is it becomes a little bit trickish. So the financial outlay of the micro insurance company has to be brought to the barest minimum. That is your overheads. And these are some of the reasons why micro insurance doesn't seem to, it seems like it's dragging. It's just for the exception of those who, maybe a microfinance bank or an organization that have a lot of captive markets. They are the ones, you know, that you see. But if you just want to stand on your own and you say you want to do micro insurance, it may be a little bit difficult. And another challenge in that area is the question of the distribution channels. The distribution channels are not that they've not been fine-tuned well enough for the people at the lower end of the pyramid to take advantage of all this services. You see, on some of this talent, we can go on and on and on and on. So let me just rest my case here.
You just talked about fine-tuning. Who is saddled with the responsibility to fine-tune it to get to that level?
Well, you wouldn't say this particular person alone. The regulators have a responsibility both to the society and to the operators to assist in different ways. The people taking advantage of these services themselves, they also have a responsibility to work by giving feedback to the micro insurance companies so that they can fine-tune it. Then the micro insurance companies themselves need to have their ears on the ground and continue to become creative and innovative to look for ways to satisfy their clients, and not just satisfy their clients, to look for ways to reduce their cost to the barest minimum. Because if a micro insurance company incurs a large cost, it's just a matter of time. They will soon be out of business, unless of course they want to do some form of abracadabra, you know, which is becoming very, very unpopular again now in the insurance industry, because there is no place you can hide. Another challenge where that I would not be, it will be injustice if I didn't mention it, is the area of technology.
Okay.
You know, because look at the premium that are being paid by the micro insurance. Maybe the maximum premium for any micro insurance, let's say we peg it at 100,000 or 200,000. Let's say 200,000. How I get at 200,000 is, I just mentioned earlier that the maximum liability is 2 million. Let's say 10% of that. Even though in Nigeria today, I don't think there's any insurance that is that is being paid, that the premium rate is 10%. Now let's say the maximum premium is 200,000. Now look at, if you want to use technology to drive it, now look at the amount of investment you make into the software, into the technology, the artificial intelligence, the machine learning, and you know, the personnel, you know, the personnel salary and all that. Even if you want to contract it out, the consultants, you know, it's a lot of money before the insurance company will even break even to be able to. So it's a whole lot of issues.
Probably they may not even reach those people with
those technology. Because how many organizers will have the time to say you want to download one app, you want to do this? It's an exception of very few.
It's really interesting. You know, you talked about strategic approach.
Yeah.
You know, that they should be, the company should be innovative. Now, the money that ought to have been employed into setting up the digital infrastructure, don't you think that, I mean, if they think out of the box, that same money or less can be used for probably community mobilization to carry this message to the grassroots?
Community mobilization. Can you define that?
Going to the grassroots to enlighten them on this subject, because this is where you find these persons. They may not be on the social media, they may not be watching television, but they are somewhere. What happens if a part of that money is mobilized to go into grassroots enlightenment?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So, put in another way, can you say that the insurance companies are shying away from this area of microinsurance companies?
No, insurance companies are not shying away from it. An insurance company, most investors, most people that invest in insurance company, want their money.
Okay.
They want to get the most for their money. You know, that reminds me of one survey conducted by EFINA in, I think, 2016. Yes. They said the total number of adults then was like maybe 96 or 97, less than 100 million. That was in 2016. And that when they were conducting a survey, they find out that the number of eligible adults that can do insurance is about 33 million, less than 35 million. And alas, the number of people that are actually engaged in one form of micro insurance or the other was less than 500,000. I think it's about 350,000 or so. Less than 500,000. So how do you now, and these are not, the entire 500,000, it's not as if it's one big sum of money out of which you pay claims and all that. So the situation is a little bit tricky. If nobody wants to carry money and go and throw it into the Atlantic Ocean, you know, because there's this thing about educating the society about a product. If you now educate them and they respond positively to it, fine. If you educate them and they don't respond positively to it, well, and
you know, this subject matter is quite deep. But I'm happy that our viewers are getting to know that there is a package for everyone. And you know, I wanted to ask, even though time is fast going away on us, now you look at this situation. Less than 500,000 persons, according to the survey we talked about.
2016.
Now we should begin to ask ourselves, why this number? Is it that they are not aware, or they are aware and there are certain elements making people to shy away from engaging or procuring policies?
Some are aware and they think they cannot afford it.
Okay.
Some are aware and they deliberately choose not to.
You know, you only choose not to most times when you have not seen the advantage of
something. I will still, that comes back to the operators, because sometimes we are not loud with what we do in the industry.
Okay. When you say we now, who are the we?
We, the practitioners.
Okay.
We don't come out to give testimonials. We don't come out to tell people what we're doing. Maybe it's because of the conservative nature of well, I won't say now, maybe how it used to be in the past. You know, insurance industry, a couple of, maybe, I was in one function, and I heard for the first time, about 2-3 years ago, the previous year, the insurance industry paid a total claim of almost 400 billion naira. Okay. Saying this in Nigeria, and so why are people shouting all around that insurance don't pay claim, insurance don't pay claim? Are they aware of that maybe last year or 2 years ago, insurance company paid claims close to 500 million naira, and some of these micro insurance companies too, they're paying claims. They are paying claims, but we don't come out to tell people about these things. You know, it's high time we take a conscious effort, conscious move, and let people see what we're doing. You know, it's so unfortunate that bad news travel faster than good news.
So you take so much effort to even push the good news.
To push the good news.
I once heard somebody say that the insurance companies, they don't come out to say these things because, according to that person, that because they are not happening, because there is no way you have testimonies, that the energy pushed into marketing products, if it's pushed into letting people know that these are what some other persons have benefited, maybe things will change. But I think you said something in the course of your response that sharp practices are becoming very unpopular, and I want to hit on that. The sector is changing, and that is why we have this kind of platform. I mean, for us to now have an NGO, Transparent Protection Limited by for insurance, it goes to say that something is happening in the sector. I'm afraid that we'll begin to wind up now, and the calls, probably we are not able to take calls, but do send us your message. Even outside this program, we respond to a whole lot of messages, a whole lot of calls, even when we are out of the studio. Mr. Titus Abi, I really want to appreciate you for your time on this program and for the points that you have made. I'm sure you have enlightened a lot of viewers on the subject matter of micro insurance. We'll continue to let you know that we are open for partnership, we are open for collaboration. The same number on the screen, you can use it to reach us, and then we'll talk how best we can move on with whatever partnership you may want to propose. Once again, this program is being brought to you by Transparent Protection Limited, by Guarantee, an NGO that has carved a niche for itself to see to it that the sector is advanced. In one word, what would be your advice to the average Nigerian?
An average Nigerian, I would like to advise that anytime you want to do an insurance, go through a broker.
Go through a broker.
Yes.
You have heard it from the expert, go through a broker, and it will save you so much hassle. In case you don't know how to get through to a broker, also call us. We render all those services to ensure that you reap the benefits. We want to appreciate our media partner ITV for always having us on this platform, and we'll be back on your screen again same time next week to continue with probably this topic or any other relevant topic. Thank you, Mr. Titus Abi, for always obliging us whenever we come knocking at your door. My name is Godfrey Legede, and until we come your way, I will always tell you, be insured and be